Let's be real. Not every spiritual practice is created equal. Some actually transform your energy, and others are kind of just pretty props on your altar. Today, I'm ranking some of the most popular spiritual practices from life-changing to overrated. And yes, I'm sharing my honest take, so if I step on a few sacred toes, it's all love. This is about tuning into what actually works, not what just looks good online. I think we've all bought a crystal or saged our house at least once because it felt right. But let's talk about what's behind the trends. First up, no surprise here, we have meditation. If there's one practice I'd recommend to anyone on a healing or spiritual journey, it's this. Why? It isn't just woo-woo, and it has been the most transformative for me personally and for my clients. Meditation isn't just about sitting in silence. It's about training your mind to come home. It's the moment your awareness gently pulls back from the noise, the fear, the constant mental chatter, and lands in the present moment. What I love most is that meditation is one of the rare practices where science and spirituality actually agree. Neuroscience shows that meditation literally rewires the brain. It increases gray matter in areas linked to emotional regulation and empathy, while shrinking the amygdala, the part of the brain that fuels fear and stress. It lowers cortisol, calms the nervous system, and helps you respond to life rather than react to it. Spiritually, it's like a bridge between your conscious and subconscious mind. It's where you reconnect with presence, your higher self, your inner wisdom, the quiet truth that's always been there beneath the noise. Think of it like updating the operating system of your mind or going to the gym for your soul. You can do all the rituals and affirmations in the world, but if your brain is still running survival programs, nothing sticks. Meditation is the foundation everything else builds on. And here's the best part. It doesn't have to be perfect or complicated. You don't need to sit cross-legged for an hour in silence. You don't even need to have the perfect setting or soundtrack. Just pure presence. It can be as simple as 2 minutes of closing your eyes and breathing deeply. Even just 5 minutes of complete presence can start to rewire your inner world. Over time, those small moments compound, and one day you'll notice you're no longer reacting to life, you're leading it. 2. Next, let's talk about manifestation journaling. I used to underestimate this practice. It felt like something everyone on Pinterest and TikTok was doing with cute notebooks, but once I started using it with intention, everything sort of shifted. Journaling isn't a magic wand. What it is clarity. When you write down what you want with conviction, you're not just making a wish list, you're activating your reticular activating system. That's the part of your brain that filters the world and decides what's relevant to you. If you write, "I'm calling in aligned opportunities," your brain starts to notice them more. Spiritually, this is about anchoring energy into form. You're taking something intangible, a thought, a desire, a feeling, and giving it a place in the physical world by putting it pen to paper. That's powerful. But here's where people get stuck. They write and they wait. Writing alone will not change your life. If it did, half the journals in the world would be millionaires by now. Journaling doesn't work if it isn't backed by identity shifts, nervous system safety, and aligned action. You're not manifesting what you want. You're manifesting who you believe that you are. So journaling works best when it's paired with embodiment. 3. Okay, let's talk about the controversial one. Crystals and sage. Some people are just absolutely swear by them. Others roll their eyes and call them woo-woo. And honestly, I've been on both sides of that conversation many times. But here's the thing. There's actually some real science behind why crystals can be powerful tools. Crystals, like quartz, have measurable vibrational frequencies. That's not spiritual talk, that's physics. Quartz is used in watches, computers, and radios because it holds and amplifies a stable frequency. Think of it like a tiny natural tuning fork. It stores and transmits energy with precision, which is why it's in so many pieces of modern technology. And here's something most people don't even realize. Crystals are energy storage devices, kind of like nature's hard drives. They can hold, amplify, and reflect energy. That doesn't mean they're going to magically heal your trauma or change your life, but they can serve as powerful anchors for your focus, your frequency, and your intentions. Sage, on the other hand, has been used for centuries in many cultures for cleansing rituals. Beyond the spiritual meaning, studies have shown that burning sage can reduce airborne bacteria, and the ritual itself can trigger a shift in your nervous system, a signal to your brain that something is being released. But let's keep it real. A crystal won't save you. A sage stick won't fix your problems. They're not magic cure-alls. What they can do is act like tuning forks for your energy, mirrors for your focus. They remind your nervous system where you want to be and go. I love using them in ritual, not because they have power over me, but because they help me amplify the power that I already have within me. And let's be honest, we're probably all going to keep collecting shiny little tools anyways. They look gorgeous. They make our spaces feel special, and if they bring you joy and help ground your practice, that in itself has value. Just remember, they're not the source of your power. You are. They simply help you remember. They can be powerful in the right hands, but decorative in the wrong ones. 4. Moon rituals are beautiful, but like all rituals, they only work if you do. Humanity has always looked to the moon for rhythm and guidance long before clocks and calendars. The moon was our timekeeper. It moves the tides, affects crops, and influences migration patterns and animal behaviors. It's a reminder that we too are part of something rhythmic and intelligent. The moon doesn't just shape nature, it mirrors our inner cycles. For thousands of years, feminine energy and menstrual cycles have been linked to lunar rhythms. A natural menstrual cycle is about 28 days, the same length as a lunar cycle. Many women ovulate around the full moon and menstruate near the new moon, often called a white moon cycle. Others sync the opposite way, called a red moon cycle, often associated with healers, leaders, and inner work. This isn't coincidence, though. It's connection. Our bodies, especially feminine bodies, are deeply attuned to these lunar rhythms. Honoring the moon can also mean honoring your own cycle, your phases, and your seasons in life. New moons are a time to plant seeds, to set intentions, to dream and vision. Full moons are a time to release, reflect, and let go of what no longer serves you. The waxing and waning phases are in between, reflect action, refinement, and integration. But here's the thing. Lighting a candle and reading a script off TikTok won't change your life. It's not the ritual, it's the meaning behind it. Moon rituals aren't about being perfectly witchy or aesthetic. They're about creating a structure for your soul. It might look like journaling under the moonlight, whispering your intentions into the night air, placing your crystals out to recharge in the moonlight, or simply sitting outside in silence, breathing with the sky. And for women, syncing your moon rituals with your personal cycle can be incredibly powerful. When you bleed, reflect. When you ovulate, expand. When your energy rises, create. And when it softens, just rest. The power is not only in the moon, it's within you. The ritual simply gives that power alignment and a rhythm to dance with. And 5. Affirmations. Oh, this one's tricky because affirmations are both incredibly powerful and also incredibly misused. Somewhere along the way, affirmations became this trendy spiritual quick fix. You see it all over social media. Say this 5 times and your life will change overnight. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Repeating "I'm abundant" 100 times won't work if your body is screaming "I'm not safe." Your subconscious isn't fooled by words. Your nervous system doesn't believe. Let's break down why most affirmations don't work. The human brain is wired for coherence. If you say out loud directly clashes with what your body feels inside, then the brain doesn't expand, it resists. The limbic system, the part of the brain that processes emotions, will flag the affirmations as a lie, triggering doubt or even discomfort. And when your nervous system is dysregulated in survival mode, your affirmations can actually deepen resistance rather than create change. That's why so many people give up and say, affirmations don't work. But it's not that they don't work. It's that most people are skipping the foundation. Here's the science of how they can work. When an affirmation is paired with emotional charge and repetition, something powerful begins to happen. Neuroscience shows that repeated thoughts with emotional intensity create new neural pathways. This is called neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself. Spiritually, this is like fine-tuning the frequency you're broadcasting. You stop affirming from a place of lack and start embodying the new reality. Think of affirmations less like magic spells and more like installing new mental operating systems. You can't just type in a new code and expect your whole system to shift. You have to integrate it. The magic happens when your words and your body are on the same team. This means slowing down, breathing, really feeling what you're saying. If "I'm unstoppable" feels fake or overwhelming, soften it. Say, "I'm learning to trust myself. I'm open to receiving. I'm becoming someone who feels safe in abundance." These transitional affirmations are like training wheels. They meet your nervous system halfway where it is and lead it toward where you want to be. One of the most overlooked elements of affirmations is somatic anchoring. Pairing the statement with a physical sensation. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe slowly. Feel your feet on the ground. When you anchor your affirmation into your actual body, it becomes more than words. It becomes energetic programming. Affirmations aren't about pretending you're someone else. They're about remembering who you actually are beneath all that BS noise. Words have power. In fact, the word abracadabra comes from the Aramaic phrase meaning As I speak, I create. That's the core truth of affirmations. You're speaking your reality into being, but your words only create when you're backed by energy, emotion, and embodiment. So, instead of repeating empty lines, speak slowly and clearly. Feel every word. Let your nervous system catch up to your voice. Because when your words and your energy are in alignment, that's not just language, that's creation. That's where the real magic lives. So here's the thing. Spirituality was never about collecting all the shiny tools, crystals, and rituals. It's not about how perfectly you can perform a full moon ceremony or how many affirmations you can recite in the mirror. At its core, spirituality is about connection to your own soul, to the present moment, and to the greater field of life and all around you. Some practices are deeply transformative. They crack you open and help you meet parts of yourself you didn't even know were waiting to be seen. Others simply amplify your energy and sharpen your focus. And some, they just make the journey a little more beautiful. But the truth is, the real magic was never in the ritual or the tool. It's always been in you. So, as you move through your journey, pause and ask yourself, which of these practices are truly serving my soul? And which ones am I just performing because I think I should? Honestly, I believe that spirituality is about resonance and the combination of all of them that feels right to you. And I do practice all of these myself, but if I had to rank them honestly based on common use, here's how I see it. Meditation, timeless and transformative, it's the anchor. Journaling, clarity and ink, where thoughts become tangible. Crystals, powerful amplifiers, but only when you are the source. Moon rituals, beautiful mirrors when done with intention, not aesthetics. Affirmations, not magic words, but energetic commands when felt deeply. And look, we all love collecting shiny little tools, but tools don't create change. You do. The most powerful spiritual practice isn't the trendiest one. It's the one that you actually live, breathe, and embody daily. So here's my question to you. What's one practice that has genuinely changed your life? And one that, if you're being really honest, might be a little overrated for you? Drop it in the comments or DM me your story. I love hearing your perspectives. As always, be more than a label and embody your divine soul.